Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today's topic is going to be indifference is a decision that you can make despite how hard you think it is. So we'll get to that in a minute. Beautiful day. It was hot as heck. 90 degrees. Thank goodness there's a lot of trees and shade. Breathe in the peace and the nature. Exhale the noise and the artificial world. It's really wild. The lake is crazy. The voices carry. There's a dock all the way in the back. It has to be 500 yards away. There's some kids out on the dock playing, and they sound like they're 20 feet away. So today's topic again, indifference is a decision that you can make. And I will point out, it is a decision. When I talk about indifference, I'm always talking about how you respond to your pain or symptoms. Right? I'm not talking about life. I mean, not caring about anything in life isn't what I'm after here. But I am talking about, how do you respond to your symptoms? Do you let them ruin your day, ruin your life? Do you ruminate on them? Do you dwell on them? Do you worry about them never going away? Do you freak out about them? Or do you kind of take a standpoint of acceptance, like, hey, this is where I am now. Okay. And I often say, you've got a 100% track record of making it through every bad day you've got or you've ever been in. You're going to make it through today too. So why get yourself worked up emotionally over the symptoms? Especially when you know about this thing called TMS, mind-body syndrome, neuroplastic pain. Basically, it's brain that's just circuits in the brain going off. Neural circuit pain. Because neuroplastic pain almost has a little bit more of a, not a permanent feel to it, but a little bit more hardwired feel. Neural circuit pain is just a decision that the brain is making to create the pain. So, what's the opposite of indifference? It's freaking out. Ah, my God, my life's over. Right? Indifference. It literally looks like this. Okay, so what? And I like that word, so what? So I heard today, so what? But you can make this decision. Now, if you have a sudden jolt of pain, you're going to react to it. Ow! Oh! It's what you do next, and on an ongoing basis, that matters. Forget who it was, but somebody said, you can't really choose your initial response to the pain. The ow! It's supposed to get our attention. But we can definitely choose our long-term response to it. After you go, ow! Instead of sliding down that, greased chute towards freak out, you can just stop, pause, and go, but I know what's going on. Even if you can't figure out exactly what's causing this particular spike in the pain or this particular flare-up or whatever, you still know it's TMS. A new symptom in a new part of your body. If you've been experiencing TMS and something else happens somewhere else, like 99% chance it's TMS. Right? Just decide it's TMS. Don't pay it much mind. Shift your focus back to life and kind of make a statement to yourself. Whatever. It's just more of TMS doing the TMS-y type of stuff. So you can make this decision. Is it challenging? Absolutely, for sure. But you can make the decision. And I've had people argue with me, Dan, I can't be indifferent. It hurts too much. How am I supposed to be indifferent to this? Well, because the opposite's going to guarantee it sticks around, right? Indifference basically says to the brain, don't care, whatever, I'm safe. Get back to breathing, relaxing your body, soothing, calming your thinking down, not getting lost in that loop of catastrophic thinking, right? That stuff is really important. Feel your emotions. If your pain is kicking your butt, check in. What's going on? Maybe evaluate. What have I been focused on? And in some cases, we can definitely start to judge ourselves, question where we are in life. How did I get here? Right? And in retrospect, as I look back at the onset of my pain, that question of how the bleep did I get here was an issue for me. Common one. And a lot of people have that question if they're not content with where they are in life, and they're constantly focusing on all the things that they don't have or they didn't accomplish. It can be challenging. So what do we do about it? At least don't freak out about the symptoms. Better use of time would be like, okay, don't like where I am right now, symptom-wise, or even just generally in life. So be indifferent to the symptoms and spend a little bit more time in saying, okay, so what can I do to bring myself some joy, some purpose, some meaning, some happiness, some connection with others? Brainstorm. If you could change some things, what would you change? What would you do differently tomorrow if you could? Because guess what? You can. We can always show up differently tomorrow than we did today. We can show up with a bit bigger smile, a little bit more joy, a little bit less, taking our thinking less seriously, right? I don't know. We can definitely be indifferent. Is it challenging? Sure. Especially if the pain's really kicking our butt. And people will argue with me all the time. They'll say, but Dan, because of my pain, I can only do this, this, and that, and the rest of the day is spent suffering. So, that word suffering, pain is inevitable, suffering is a choice. Yes, we have pain. Indifference versus freak out determines whether you are suffering or just experiencing this discomfort. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So listen, I'm going to wrap this one up. It's not a deep conversation. Indifference is a choice. You can make it. It may be a challenging choice, especially if your symptoms are kicking your butt. But it is still a choice. It's a decision. You can make it. And I'm going to encourage you to make it, because the more you can just come to grips with and accept where you are now. That doesn't mean you're accepting that you'll always be that way. But just accept this is where I am. And being upset about where you are doesn't help you feel better physically. Certainly doesn't help you feel better emotionally. Give yourself a pep talk. You can do this. So what? I still have symptoms. Big deal. It's not the end of the world, right? And I've said this before. A bad day is just a bad day. It's not a bad life. It's a bad day. I know that because TMS is temporary. Temporary mind-body syndrome. I said that a while ago, and a lot of people liked that idea because it's true. This does not last forever, especially if you make sure to remind yourself that this is just your brain circuits firing and making a decision to create the pain based on perceived danger. So when you teach your brain that you're truly not in danger, the brain can make a different decision, and those painful circuits can stop firing. And it can happen at any moment. But if you're continuing to experience pain, take a pause and go, hey, are the things I am doing and thinking and judging and questioning and doubting, are those things creating clarity and safety? Or are they creating uncertainty and danger, right? Because if you're in a big flare-up, the brain perceived some danger somewhere, emotionally, socially, situationally. Maybe somebody's judging you, lecturing you. Maybe you're judging and lecturing yourself. So, yes, you want to check in with yourself and say, how am I treating myself? Because I see a lot of folks wanting to be perfect, wanting to do this recovery stuff really perfect. And they struggle because they don't think they're doing it right. So, whatever. Indifference is really what I like to recommend versus the freak out, the OMG. And if indifference seems impossible, calm reassurance. You hear the bullfrog? That's awesome. Calm reassurance is the next best thing to indifference. So if you can't be indifferent, calmly reassure yourself. Remind yourself of everything you know, everything you've learned, everything you've seen evidence of, everything that says, this is TMS, it's just my brain, and I can teach it, and I am teaching it to settle down. Those frogs are nuts. Listen. Oh, it just stopped. But the birds are beautiful too. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. It was a long day. I had some family visit and a friend visit. And it was a great day. It's a hot day out on the water. But I'm going to go ahead and get this this video uploaded for you guys to show up on Monday. And I'll shoot another one tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow.